Ramon and CEO. To the double TV funnel in these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Knowing we're real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott, and welcome to the morning steam for Thursday, June the 6th. Get ready for our sports betting day here. Tennis just underway and women's action between Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff. Coco's a pretty big underdog, but had to try to find a way to take some games with Coco in this one. I don't know if I can go, $6, $7, $8, whatever. Come on, Coco can hang in this match, but some entertainment here as we get ready for our Thursday NBA Finals tonight. You guys ready to roll with the Dallas Mavericks at the Boston Celtics? Who do you guys have tonight? NBA Finals, game number 1. Now, we do have a little bit of a lighter card here with baseball. 10 games, that'll tide us over, and 2 in the WNBA. But without any, a heavy slate of tennis, I thought it might be a good opportunity. Type in the graphics, set up the show a little bit. And you know what? I got a little window here. I might grab a little middle of the night nap. Doesn't seem like a terrible idea, right? Maybe get up 90 minutes before the show, go over some things. Well, then here comes ESPN blowing up the phone. All of a sudden, Dan Hurley is going to become the next coach of the Lakers. What? Look, now usually the problem here is when ESPN decides to blow up my phone with a Woj bomb, it's usually something that there's merit to it, right? You're not going to have Woj going all ballistic here if there's not something to it. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that Hurley is signed, sealed, and delivered when it seemed like the Lakers were content on maybe making J.J. Redick the head coach. One other name, that was in there too. But usually when something like this comes about now, again, could be just feelers. The timing is really awkward here on June the 6th. And got a message. LeBron, I know, LeBron stops in to watch the show once in a while. He's not a gambler. He does not gamble, but knows that we have LeBron. It's not the coach, my friend. It's you. It's you. It's not necessarily even you. It's the whole thing. It's the chemistry. It's your salary. It's AD. It's the bench. It's the whole thing. It just doesn't work. And it's not going to help with the best college basketball coach in the country to take over. And if anything, how could Hurley put such a stain on his immaculate resume at this point and have to start over again in a couple of years after that blows up again and whatever goes on in the last 2 or 3 years of LeBron's career. So if you missed it, breaking news just about I don't know what time it was. Felt like I was asleep for about 90 minutes. When I hear the do, I keep my phone, the alerts, no phone calls. But if you got do, I'm going to wake up to that. And, there is something to it, obviously. I mean, I'm, just reacting to it, but you don't, have Woj bombs when there's just innuendo or rumor necessarily. So see what happens. there with the Lakers. Look, it sounds exciting. I mean, I even would take a chance on it if it really happened. I'd say, hey, okay, that's maybe the Lakers need to make a splash. Maybe they won't feel like that. Maybe it is the coach. Maybe because these guys were all marginal, right? Here's the one thing. Remember the one thing that I said about the Lakers situation back. I think they were still in, or maybe they were just eliminated. Right? Was they don't have the elite coach that took them to that championship level. Maybe the Los Angeles Lakers franchise is a team that will need that, throw out the bubble season. I'm talking about, some of the greatest coaches of all time, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley. Maybe that is what's lacking, but I don't think so. And I think the Lakers will be just wasting their money. But hey, they've got a lot of money, and hey, Dan Hurley is, you know, already pretty well set for life. But boy, that would probably create a little bit of waves in college basketball too from the players at Connecticut that might leave. Anyways, we'll probably hear more, I would guess. But let's just do it on the same day of our NBA finals tonight. And NHL finals still got a couple of days. A lot of people wondering what's going on. Why do we wait so long? And then we've got 2 days for it. Well, ABC has all the rights, so I guess they can't play them on the same day. That's for sure. But we still have a day off tomorrow. Let me say hello to everyone as I try to process what I saw a little while ago. Maybe get your comments on whatever you're talking about tonight. Um, what other sports are you looking at? We're not going to be covering Canadian football on Tony'sPicks.com with premium picks, but I'll have some selections this season on the show here. And also, soccer action today kind of caught my eye with World Cup qualifying in several regions here. I just saw South Korea score like 3 goals since I've been sitting here. It's 5-0 over Singapore. Action today. Also a friendly. Canada's in a friendly, I think, with Holland today. This afternoon, Canada and Holland in a friendly. So, all right, let me say hello to everyone. I'll try to keep it a short show. Why not? I need to get some sleep here before the baseball game starts. Send out some premiums and get ready for the game tonight. And maybe I'll go over my pick again for the series. Hello to Ray. He was here first today. And Ray, are we going to come in here and make it a Padre Bash Fest? Well, I might join you if we do, because pretty embarrassing to for the Padres to lose to the Angels yesterday. Everything on my board said Padres should be a premium yesterday, but I couldn't do it. Not with what I'm seeing. Okay, Dre had a good day. I'm glad because I couldn't manage many. Did have a premium winner in the WNBA with the total under in Minnesota and the Sparks, and I thought we were gonna hit that total under in the Aces and the Wings, but it didn't quite work out. It didn't quite get there. But once again, we had 2 more winners on the morning steam and on the Tony videos yesterday. So we'll call it 3-1 to a certain effect. I mean, the better play, the stronger plays split, but I would think as long as we keep giving you winners here on the morning steam, maybe you come back and see me every morning. And we'll have a good weekend here as well. Just of note, more news, I guess, to talk about is that we have baseball in London this weekend with the Phillies and the Mets. That sounds like an awesome 2 games to play, actually, in London. Major League Baseball canceled their trip to Paris. I think it was either next season or in 2026. They just couldn't get a spot. They couldn't get someone to kind of take over the situation. Baseball, they just like to come in and play the games, let everybody else handle a lot of the logistics and all that, but they're not going to Paris just yet, even though they'd like to. And let's see who else there. Lewis is here today, and Thomas, thank you for everything as always. Matt D here today, and thank you, Arnez, there with the yeah, we did hit the WNBA picks yesterday, and I hope we get them today. Just going to go over kind of what we did in the videos. I'm kind of I do like the totals. I think is my premiums right now, so not ready to pull the trigger just yet on either of them. But Jeff is here, and here's Johnny Walker. Hope Johnny's in the black tonight. Justin here as well. Matt talking about it. Look, I didn't even get to this yet, right? Because we've got the Sky playing tonight, so we'll talk about the drama. It almost feels like we should. Okay, maybe we could. I see Chad's texts here, so maybe because it is a top of the news type of story in the WNBA once again, right? And it shouldn't be, right? Because it's just it doesn't. It really is a social media era, right? Just because a guy has a phone, you think you're getting harassed. That's all we saw the video. We don't know, even though the general manager came out and said did not have any racial overtones. If you missed it, late last night, the Chicago Sky arriving in Washington for their game tonight, just one day after Angel Reese was, you know, uh, yes, granted, the foul was changed, but they were still fined for their actions this week. And so it's been a tumultuous week. Well, they get off the bus. There's still going to be a lot of Caitlin Clark fans, even if this man was a hater. Wanted to film, I guess these ladies, maybe they've never seen TMZ or TMZ Sports like I watch it. I mean, I watch it like I should be watching handicapping shows. So they get off the bus. The man's there with his phone. We've all, no, I'm not saying we've all done it, but I mean, we're all, following along, and he's asking questions like a TMZ style question. Hey, have you reached out to Kennedy Carter, mind you, not Angel Reese? I'm just talking about the drama with the Sky, for whatever it is, whyever it's the Sky. You do have, kind of maybe one of the biggest social media superstars and Reese and all this, right? So you bring it on yourself a little bit. You love attention. I love attention. That's why I come on here to talk to you guys. Get 100 people in here. I want. Hey, we all want to blow up, or I think. Well, I don't know, but it helps. Anyways, so but so they filmed Carter, and he says, "Hey, have you reached out to Caitlin Clark to apologize, or whatever?" The security guard putting his hand in front of the camera, and as it turned out, it looked like a kind of a little subtle. Maybe it was pretty annoying. You don't want, you want to be able to get off the bus, go to your hotel, but this stuff happens all the time. Maybe the security's a little light. We know that the WNBA is having issues with the rise in popularity. All of a sudden, they weren't ready for it. Well, they did have a security guy out there. Here's the thing. Now they're denying, saying, "Hey, well, they didn't film the portion where the man was saying racial epithets and other things before he got all polite." Well, I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of there are people around there, whatever. Most of the other players on social media said, "Well, I didn't see it, but it's scary." So this guy brought this upon them a little bit in their trip here to Washington, and basically say they were threatened by this man. If you haven't seen the video, it's out there, and it wasn't Chad. It was not Chad. He was not. He was out there, but he was asking. He was trying to get the scoop on the starting lineups. He wasn't really bothering anybody. R. Thompson's here, and Kay is here today as well, and Luis and Fiddlehead. Oh man, we got the crew. And Adrian Hinsey, want to say hello and welcome to you as well. Solo, he had to change his picture so I'd recognize. I know it's you now. Looking good, Solo. What are the two? Yeah, the hat. Oh my gosh, I can't read it here, but let me see if I can see it. It's a funny hat. Oh God, gallery department. What did it say? It's good. Funny hat. I think. I don't want to say funny if it's not, but Adrian Hughes here today is what we got. The Adrian crew here today. Juan Laster as well. So all right, and let's see. Where are you? Are you going to the? Adrian's going to the game. I already got my tickets for to Boston and to the big game. To the big game. Gallery department. What was and then the other? I'm trying to remember. Was the other one? Maybe it wasn't funny there, but all right. I'm going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well yesterday on our website. I had some L's in baseball. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not supposed to talk about it. But I did have one premium winner in the major leagues, and it was in the game between the Giants and the Diamondbacks. Well, that one was easy. But you know what? Everybody was on the Giants, as it turns out, yesterday. Going back and looking at it, there were a lot of support for the Giants here. Let's take a look at the handicappers at Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well on Wednesday. Also, golf underway today. I want to mention my golfers today. Just 3 long shots here this week. I'll see how far along they are. The tournament's just started, so the prices are going to be relatively the same. But I just took 3 early long shots, and I'm not interested in any of those favorites at this point. The way, you can price Scotty Scheffler like that. I don't mind. But this is a professional golf tournament. And I don't think he's likely to return on that low of a payout. Okay, yeah, they're just underway here. Some of the golfers have gotten through about 5 or 6 holes. My golfers today, and my top play, if I had to go anything close to the favorites, will be Patrick Cantlay here at 30-1. I'm going to take Cantlay as my lower priced golfer outright here. It's not, it's still pretty great price here. Just like I said, I just want to play some longer shots here to begin. Maybe we'll taper it down or go to some type of a favorite later on. But I'm going to try to take Cantlay here. He's won twice in the last 5 years, and he hasn't been doing much lately, but he did have a 3rd place last month. He's had a top 30 this past month and a top 50 as well. But last 5 years here for Cantlay at this event, 2 firsts, a 3rd here, of course, and this one, being played at the Nicholas course. They were talking about moving this tournament the week before the U.S. Open, and Jack said, "Whoa, not so fast." Okay, Ruben Marlborough 3-1 yesterday. There's Stephen Duncan 60%. Shout out Perlo Wisdom. Mark Butterscotch Eubanks 7-5. The 2 old ladies at Bet Consensus. That's when Mindy Hahn and Tiffany Mance have a share of the play, and they're agreed together, kind of like our consensus here, I think. And Bo Dunn there as well with the 5-3 record. OG Cappers VIP 2-1. Tim Irwin won his only play. There's Ron Crawford 3-2 yesterday. Nick Lagaretto 6-4. Winning Cappers, not big numbers, but good. Anytime you win, anytime we got in the green, you got probably Sam Murdy. You got Danny Dimes 2-1. You got Solo in the green and Joseph Schultz as well. We'll take it. We'll move on to the next day. Last 7 days, Ron Hahn's on top. Ron will probably stop by, I would think, a little later here. Seems to be pretty consistent coming by, and he's had a pretty good run here of late, close to 70% over the last 7 days. Stephen Duncan's up 11 units last 7 days. Sean Dinwiddie, he's up nearly 9 3/4 units. Hollywood Sam's up nearly 6.5 units, and CJ Sturgeon, the site's leading capper, up there as well. Last 30 days, Danny Dimes is up 13. Let's keep it going and use that luck. Ron Hahn up there, up almost 11 units. Jerry Lewis clicking in here at about 57.5%. over the last 30 days. Mark Butterscotch Eubanks, he's up over 7 units, and Brandon Check doing a nice job here, up 5.25 units since his return to the website. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine. I'll get it going here with this morning. I think I do have something going here in the early action. I want to get your plays and get a play out to you, but I'll be, of course, having premium pick in the NBA tonight and also WNBA, Major League Baseball. Click on the handicapper of your choice, and that'll get you their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. Don't forget, use that promo code every time to save the 20%. You can get a 3-day pass right now, get you all the way through Saturday with my premium picks right here for just $99. And I'll have an individual package up there as well for some of my sports. So check it out and check out the picks from all of our cappers. They're all, if you get one of those, packages, they're all profit guaranteed. Talking about the day packages, 3-game, 5-game, and 7-game, and the $15 specials as well. If they don't show a profit, you get your credits back to your account. So we always want you to have a winning experience here at Tony's Picks. And well, if it doesn't produce a profit, please jump on with me again for the next day or another capper here. Give them a chance at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. Appreciate that. I think that can cover that right now. Get a few more comments from you, and let's start the show. There's Steven getting ready. We're still waiting for the game. I'll say this while Perlo's here right now. In a survey this week of all 33 of let's see, what was it of the general managers in the National Hockey League. They took a survey of who the general managers would think would win the Stanley Cup, and it was heavy on the Dallas Dallas Stars. I think they said it was 30 of. We have some new, we have some new clubs, and I don't know who else was in it. It wasn't exactly. Yeah, maybe it was involved also Seattle. 30 of 33 general managers went with the Dallas Stars. So that ain't handicappers, that ain't gamblers, and you have a series that, look how, I'll say closely rated the series is. I mean, it's not a toss-up necessarily, but, Florida really just a slight favorite. I mean, Dallas Stars. I meant Florida Panthers, of course. Sorry about that. Slip of the tongue, but Florida Panthers. 30 of the 33 general managers picked the Florida Panthers to beat the Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup. So that's not, handicappers or gambling experts or people who think they're gambling experts. I don't even think these guys know the line most of the time. No, I think maybe we all know that Florida is favored, and again, you only have to tip it one way or the other, but 30 out of 33 general managers take the Florida Panthers over the Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup. All right. No, they don't, Jeff. They don't realize that. They think that the league has been self-sufficient for all these years, and there's still some contributions, from elsewhere. So, all right. And OU in the softball. Matt D needs the Oilers in his. I'm done in my pool. I don't think I can win now. Now I'm going to finish in 4th place. It pays 3. So I will not cash in my pool. I thought, I did very, very well, but a man came from nowhere to pass me up. And he had a great strategy with both Florida, with players from the winning teams. Here we go. Let's go to the series here, the NBA. Let's start it off. get rolling here with the Dallas and Boston. I mean, this isn't going to be some elaborate preview. We've been waiting long enough. If, NBA Finals, you guys probably could care less who I'm going, who I've got, who I'm on. I already mentioned yesterday certainly what I'm on here. I took my first play of this series, or it could even be for tonight. I'm going to give out a play here in just a moment, certainly for the game. But I took Dallas to win the series, and I also have right now Dallas to win the series in 4 games. Now, I don't want that to happen, man. We want to get some action out of there, or maybe I do now, but. Again, all they got to do is win that first game, and I have a profitable ticket. We can move on from there, but who knows? I don't want to be, Mr. Hedgie here on the morning steam. If we get that first win, maybe we'll just let it roll. But I think the Dallas Mavericks can win this series. The Celtics, they seem to be the meltdown team. I'm still going to put them down as a meltdown team, right? Even though they've certainly shed the label here, it feels like a little bit in this postseason. Granted, they did have the game 2 losses, right? Where maybe we were ready to say, oh, see, I told you so. But they always answered back so quickly, so strong, it feels like, right? That's what it kind of has felt like to me here with Boston. Now, I guess the big question will be the impact that Kristaps Porzingis will have if and when he is in tonight's game. That certainly has to be, kind of the consideration right now. Look, they've been playing without him for so long. I mean, you almost are, when you're kind of handicapping the game, right? You're thinking in your mind that they don't have him. So let me see what's going on here. I've got some. Oh, Siri is thinking I did. I think I said the word series, and Siri wants to talk to me over here. Okay, so whether or not he's in there tonight, does feel like his status could be a positive, but whether or not he'll play a lot, I don't, like I said, I don't think it necessarily matters. I mean, Boston's been playing long enough. If anything, I would think, still help this team, especially in a series like this against Boston. Now, does feel like at this point, I'm thinking, handicappers they're kind of shading towards Boston. It feels like the bulk of them a little bit, but man, they really love the over in this game. And well, I mean, why not? You'd think this one at 214 should be able to go over here. Look, I want to be under. I want to find a spot. I want to take my unders. I love the pain. You know that. But it does feel like here in this series that maybe, just maybe, uh, even I can't do it. It feels like I want to get this game. Feels like 220-ish to me. The way Boston gets off to these starts, Dallas can still produce. Of course, Dallas can produce. And I'm not ever saying I'm changing my tune on Kyrie Irving. Yeah, I'm one of the guys that makes fun of Kyrie for some of his social commentary a little bit. But those Duke guys, just because everyone goes, oh, he's a flat earther or whatever, you know what? Those Duke guys, they like to challenge you. They like to challenge. They're like that annoying friend that always takes the others, like, what do you, like, what you're saying doesn't make any sense, and you want to just make me argue with you and waste my time. All right, here comes some stuff from you guys. Let's get some commentary other than mine. Here come the plays. Oh, God. You guys are all over it. 1K is here. Our Tops, Mavs, and over tonight. Here's Darren here today. Thomas is on Boston and over. Here's Boston and over. Man, so far, it looks like it's going to be, if it's any consensus, it might be on the total here. Imagine that, Thomas. 1, Dallas and the points here. If you like Dallas in the series, you might as well take him in game 1. I don't know if Johnny's talking to me or just in general, but doesn't sound like a bad idea. And that's Boston, if you didn't know. And Matt says, but Dallas, they, tend to get off to a slow start. And, oops, clicked on my golf scoreboard here. We don't need that yet. Here's prop on Porzingis. Thomas talking about Porzingis. I mean, yeah, he should make an immediate impact in there. And hey, look, I love that Boston, if you look at their defensive numbers, I mean, I probably should be taking an under here in this game, but it just seems like, man, just maybe I'm watching too many of the talking heads, and maybe they just don't know about betting unders. Maybe it's they're getting involved in the NBA finals. I don't know, but it does. I don't know. We talk about how Dallas's defense did improve, but outside of Jones, who really is really. Here's one Boston first quarter, Fiddlehead, Dallas, and so it's all over the place. We don't have any consensus going, that's for sure. Jared's an under. Jared's an under player. And let's see. 1K said he said it yesterday. He went with the under yesterday, and now he's going with Dallas. So brought his. I love 1K's logo too. Is that like a lion, like a king of the jungle? Yeah. Oh no, it's a gorilla. It's a gorilla. And Joseph Thompson here today. Nice to have. Always great to have Joe. All right. Well, guess we're ready to make a call. Want to get any more picks that you guys have for game one or the series? Don't forget them. Look, I'm on Dallas here, and again, I just think everyone's saying that well, I don't want to say everyone's saying. Everyone's not saying, but. Do you have this, you guys, All-Star Chat, as a 7-game series in this one? Do you rate it as a 7-game? A 7-game series potentially? If so, is that price at 210, whatever you guys are talking about, $1.90 ish, whatever? I'm just willing to take Boston at plus $1.75 or whatever, but again, 22-1 on Dallas for a 4-game sweep. It's not a proclamation. Lazula here today. Jared says it's got him in 6. All right. I'm going to go over in game 1. Look, I'm not sure that my models are kind of modeling it over. The Sharps are still kind of willing to. I don't think it's clear one way or the other, and I'm supposed to be the expert on that. So, here's one likes Boston game 1. Wow, so it is that. So Porzingis is that big of a deal. Wow, so that's amazing because obviously they didn't need his contributions. During these other, Boston obviously rolled through everybody, so they didn't need his contributions. I mean, to me, Porzingis. Look, Chad says if he's healthy, they win in 5 or 6. If he isn't, then it's Mavs in 6 or 7. I don't view Porzingis as that type of impact player. To me, Porzingis is a strong, a good starter, a very good starter. I mean, look, Boston got him for a reason and everything. Yes. Hey, there's no doubt about what kind of advantage is twisted. Mavericks in 6, and we don't have a consensus, Thomas. That is for sure. And Johnny says that total's been moving higher. Wow. Usually, right? It's usually the me that's like under all that pressure. Like I'm always going with these unders, and they always know when to move it under. You'd think that here's Lassie Love on the over. Here's Twisted Mavericks money line and over. All right. Great comments from everybody today. Solo, I'm going to go in a little bit in between those, Solo, right? I mean, we've been waiting for a long time to get this guy back in the lineup. I mean, it obviously makes, when you got a starter, right? I'm going to give him a little bit, but again, very talented team. They've obviously done just fine without him. Over the, 'cause remember, it's been since like the end of the regular season, right? So, all right, enjoy the game tonight. And yeah, I'm going to take the over. I feel a little bit dirty on an over here in this one, but just Boston really gets off to these great starts, and maybe just maybe in game one it won't be so tight yet. But man, with these two teams, I think it's going to be Ramon style here before you know it. We 216, so interesting that it's going to keep the total win up here. I thought it might go down because of the penchant for unders, and it's the finals and everything. All right, gang, enjoy tonight. I'm going to move to baseball unless we're ready here. Get our 10-game card with some day games here. All right. Well, we've got a pitching. We have the pitching situation here. I do know that for sure. With the Orioles, they're going to start a rookie, a first timer here. Povich. Yeah. Povich. He's going to make his major league debut, Cade Povich, here in this one. So we don't know when Bradish, I guess, is going to be coming back here at this point. So we're going to get Mr. Povich to come up north of the border and make an appearance here. He certainly here number 9 on the Orioles list, according to a roster resource here that I like. That's my favorite thing to look at. If you like Fangraphs, have you ever looked at on Fangraphs roster resource? Jason Martinez does an incredible job, keeping really up to the day, up to the minute. Up to the minute, roster moves and organizational rankings. Really, one of the best out there, I think. There on Fangraphs, but you got to find the little tab, roster resource, and then you can look at certainly in there each team. So, all right, Jared doesn't like Kikuchi at all. Uh-oh. My program has stopped over here, so we won't have any of Steam. No Steam until we reboot the program. All right. Darren's on Baltimore. Thomas is on Baltimore yesterday. And go over some stats here. I think we're back. Been a quiet morning in Steamland. Let me see what moves I saw. Arizona and San Diego over was the only. I better check. You know what? I might have missed one when I took that little nappy poo. Dan Hurley. Okay. Here we go. I'm ready to go here with the. Let me get my graphic. Where am I at? There we go. All right, Orioles and Blue Jays here today in this one. All right. Okay, so yeah, Povich comes in here, Baltimore, just a little bit on the south end. I thought they might even come in with an opener here, but I think they still. No, it looks official now with this left-hander Povich in here today. Okay. I don't know how, I think this guy can work some innings. One of my services is pointing it as a bullpen game, but I believe this guy can come in here and throw significant innings here today. Baltimore's won 10 of their last 13 games. They're 18-9 on the road, but didn't help them yesterday. I came in with the Orioles on a premium. Thought, hey, man, I mean, you're getting whatever it was, even money or so against this Toronto team that can't even get out of their own way right now. Well, they got to, you know, Barrios was enough here, and the Orioles end up losing. We did have the premium pick winner on the winner here on the show with the under. Kikuchi, a 5.74 ERA in his last 5 starts. Baltimore has gone, let's see, over in 6 of the last 10 on the road. Toronto over in 7 of their last 9 at home. Kikuchi, Toronto's lost 7 straight starts with Kikuchi. I might end up on the over here as my play. Let's see. Now that I have the lines back up. We are dealing with a few 8.5s, but no, there's a lot of 8 flats out there. How about your picks? Let me get your picks. Whoa. Ego won that first set from Coco 6-2. Here we go. All right, I'm scrolling back here. Here's Darren. I think we already said he's on Baltimore. Thomas on Baltimore. Dre's on the O's here today. Twisted. Oh, let's see. Juan's on Baltimore. Justin's got a King of Mount Castle.
Critical notice.
There we go. Now we're awake. All right. Oh, looks like Thomas says we found a consensus play on Baltimore. Yeah, didn't we yesterday too? Is that what it was? Is that what it was? So if we're on a consensus on Baltimore, I'm going to respect it. I mean, I'll give out the total here, and then let's see. Fernando on the Orioles. Juan's got a first 5. Fernando said he took it last night. Man, this feels pretty. It just came up to a funny. I'm not. There's an alert on the line service that tells you public plays, and it just popped up with Baltimore. I don't want to break it to you guys, but it does feel pretty public-y in a way. But again, this rookie, I really respect what you guys are doing. So maybe I should just pile on here, and maybe I will just go with the O's. Why not? I got Team Steam on them, but I'll take the under. You guys go with the O's here. Look, I mean, maybe I like them too. Maybe I'm saving them here for a play. I mean, if I've got Team Steam on it and I've been looking for a premium, or if I was teetering on the edge and I've got Team Steam on it, oh, I've grown here with you guys. I mean, that might be enough to put me over the top. The thing that might take me off the Orioles is the crummy game played yesterday and cost us a unit. So let's announce a premium. Let's announce a consensus. Thomas gives us the go ahead. I'll give out the under in the game as my play here on the show, and maybe I.
Final.
Yelich has 6 plays here for today. Wow. Okay, continuing on here. Next up, we've got the Kansas City Royals taking on the Cleveland Guardians with Singer going up against Bybee in action tonight. This afternoon here in Cleveland in a pretty good series. You got Bybee here, a 1.82 ERA in his last 4 starts. With Tanner Bybee on the mound this season, the Cleveland Guardians are 11-1. With this starter on the mound. He's gone under in 5 of his last 7 games. He has one career start against Kansas City, gave up 1 run in 5 innings pitched. The Guardians are 21-7 at home, and they've won 16 of their last 20 games. They've also gone over in 7 of their last 10. Kansas City's gone over in 10 of their last 15. They come in having lost 7 of their last 9. They've been okay on the road, 14-16, but much better at home, obviously. For Singer, he has a 3.94 ERA in his last 3 starts. Kansas City's 8-3 with Singer on the mound. They've gone over in 5 of his last 6 games, but he does have a 5 ERA in 11 career starts against the Guardians. Here's one. He wants Cleveland here today in this one. Thomas, I may have said incorrectly on my play, but make no mistake. Under is my play in the Orioles and the Blue Jays. Now that you mentioned, I think I did say it incorrectly. We don't want to have that. I'm considering adding the pick on the bottom here. It just would take a little bit of extra effort on the show. Not that, something I can't handle, but you'd have to, type in a few more. Not that it's a big deal to type these in. I type them in. I don't have a fancy graphics maker. Maybe they can get me that instead of what you were saying there in the chat. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Hopefully make that clear. I want to repeat it again. Under in Baltimore and Toronto. I don't know why. It was definitely under. I definitely want under, and I definitely feel like now that I think about it, I did say it incorrectly. I remember that now. Thank you for... because I'm talking about it like it was an under, right? I think that last trigger of the pitcher with the over stats may have just thrown my brain off there for a second. First 5 under here. Here's Yelich with some props here with the Guardians. And there's Justin with Guardians team total over. Thomas with the Guardians. Fernando Royals. Oh, he's on another play there. All right. See what, like I said, Bybee here, he's been really, really hot. It does feel like with these 2 teams, man, I mean, I don't want to be Mr. Ramon doing my thing, but I might be here. It does feel like not just an under for me, but man, is it really 7.5? I certainly am never going premium here. Oh man, it is 7.5. This thing opened 8.5 under. It was pretty. I think it was 8.5 under 20-25, but this thing's already a whole run missing, and I do like the under here. I can't do it as a premium. This might be one that was going to be a premium. I don't think it. I don't know if I was ever going to get 8. Jeff's going over here. Oh my God, Twisted. I would. Well, I mean, I'm not rich or anything, and I've got picks I can offer you. If you're on Fiverr, I'll send you $5. I'd probably give you more than that actually, but if you want to just be a part of Team Steam and do it too, I need thumbnails. Oh man, Twisted. You're gonna make me cry. I will get you that. I mean, I don't really problem typing it in the chat over here. I'll do it right. I'll do it right now. I'll do it. I'll type my email for everybody to see to get some. Maybe we should do it on Twitter though. Actually, we've only got 100 people in here. But no, I'm not Twisted. I'm actually using StreamYard, so they need to be. You probably know about that, but no, I'm not using OBS. So maybe that actually maybe easier than what I need for you. So if you need to know, and again. Maybe you could just hit me up on that X feed there. Or do you do X there and get me on that? I can send out. I don't want to necessarily put my email. And granted, only 100 people. I know guys are going to email me, and hey, I don't mind. I don't get much email. I don't even go to the mailbox anymore. But and Twisted, what I'll do is if you need some other because how handsome I am and everything, I know. But if you need other mugs or anything, we'll get those to you to spice things up a little bit. Look, they did a great job for me on the original ones, but when we split up the shows, I didn't have any real left, and I'm not very good. They sent me the stuff, but I'm not very good with the Canva, or there was one other program where you can edit that, and I just wasn't very good at it. It was taking too long for someone with no patience like me. So thank you so much. Twisted will do it. But please just send it on X right away. I'll get that to you right at the end of the show here for sure. Get on that, and we'll debut it here. Give you the weekend. You know, you work so hard on it. We'll maybe debut it on Monday, whatever days you're. Take your time. Okay. Anyways, let me get back to this. I was so excited. Oh man, can't wait now. Yeah, right. Well, we need some winners. All right, no new graphics unless we pick some winners. Here's prop here. Oh, in a different game, but Ray's on the Guardians in this one, and he's on the over. Because I was just about to give out the under. I think is my play here in this one. I kind of want to maybe consider Bybee here as the play on the show because I do like Oh yeah, because 7.5. That's right. I'm going under. I can't do. I'm not going to be doing 7.5 with this game, even though I'm going to go under on the show here. Nothing against Ray going over. I've lost all my any value on this one. Okay, Mariners and Athletics in this one, and well, I've got to think this one's going to be a I expect some pretty good pitching actually here from Wu and Sears, and with it being a day game here in Seattle, I'd imagine might be a pretty tight, low-scoring game. That's what it kind of feels like here today. Wu's been sharp, 1.3 ERA in 5 starts. Seattle's won them all at this point. Sears, he hasn't been great. 4.67 ERA in his last 3 starts, but he's pitched better at home. The A's have won all 3 of his home starts. A's have lost 6 of their last 9. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10. They've also gone under in 8 of Sears' last 10 starts here this season. For Seattle, they've gone under in 10 of their last 14 games right now on this good streak. Wu has pitched 3 starts against Oakland. He's never allowed a run in 15 1/3 innings pitched. He has a 2-0 record. Sears has 5 career starts against Seattle, 2-1 with a 1.65 ERA. So I've got to take the under here in this. Another one that's gone down here to 7.5. I got 3 games, and oh my goodness, is it 8? Oh boy, I better update this. I'm sure Jeff's going to tell us too. Man, it's 8. Well, feels like a premium here at this point. I really like the under in this game. It's not an unpopular opinion. There are a lot of cappers on there on the under here in this game. And if I'm getting 8, boy, maybe I should have flipped it because I think I've got a premium on the side that maybe could have been a premium on the total. I'll go under. I really like this under. The other 2 picks, I like those. I like this one. What do you guys have on this? We've got R. Thompson is on the Las Vegas A's money line. Here's Dre on the under. Justin was talking about the Mariners here at $1.32, right? I mean, if anything, I might want to speed it up here if I'm going to take a premium on some team. Here's Bobby Smith on the A's first 5. Here's taking Oakland and a Nerfy. Here's a Nerfy. Wu's 0 for 5 so far this season. Sears hasn't been that great. 3 for 12. He's allowed runs in 25% of the innings. And also The Mariners here, 14 of 63. That's definitely below average. And for the A's, they're 11 of 63 runs in the first inning. That's definitely below average. Thomas on Seattle, Ray on Oakland. Oh, great. Man, Jeff. Boy. Well, hey, sometimes I try to time it. I try to make sure I'm got the best plays in premiums. I like this under, man. All right. And the under fee there for Yelich. And Luis on the under too. On the under here. So there's some A's support. I don't know what Thomas is going to do with that one. There's definitely a couple of unders. I'm on the under. I don't know what you guys want to do here. I would say, though, under is an overwhelming choice of handicappers that were giving out the total here, some with premiums even. Not on our site. I don't give away anything on our network. I don't know on our network, but all right. Let's go to the Dodgers and the Pirates. This series continues the drama that we saw. How about yesterday with these two teams with Skeens yesterday? Obviously, really exciting there with the Dodgers coming in, not having a great trip here. Obviously, the Bucks got that. They got Paxton, obviously, big time in the second inning, and got a game here. I see there were Dodgers. They might try to bring James Outman, the guy who couldn't, swing a lick here when he was with the Dodgers, got shuffled out to Oklahoma City. He's only batting .623 at Oklahoma City right now. Maybe they'll recall Outman and try him again right now. But the Dodgers, kind of another lost week here a little bit. Going up against Valter today to kind of close out this series. Justin's heading out to the game. You got Valter. He's been good. 1.67 ERA in his last 4 starts. Pirates are 4-1 at home with Valter. Justin's probably seen him pitch him to victory. So, get him as a big dog here, obviously, in this one. Our Tops is on the Dodgers run line. Juan's on the under in this one.
Final.
Right? Ray, that's the thing about the splits, right? I mean, a lot of times it's made up, not made up, but, and again, you got to kind of ride with the splits too. You got to respect them, but it doesn't always go that way. You give out a pick and then they say, well, they hit 194 again. I try to look at everything. A lot of times you look at that and you're like, oh, God, well, the algorithm says this will be their day, and then it is. And with the Dodgers, it feels like a lot of days aren't their days at this point. I'm glad. I talked about the Padres yesterday, right? Talking about trying to catch the Dodgers. Padres, we'll get to them in a moment, that could, kind of in playoff position right now. But, I talked about them yesterday wanting to go out and maybe get a guy like Garrett Crochet and Jesus Luzardo. Hey, I won't give away who my contacts are, right? But the Padres did come out yesterday after I said that. You know how it is with me. They're listening, and said, hey, we're not going to allow AJ Preller to trade any more of our young talent. Well, you know what? If you don't do that, you ain't going to win. You got some pretty good players right now that aren't going to be, you got, there's no doubt Tatis isn't going to be able to perform on any superstar level worthy of that contract. He's just a very good player. You better try to use what you got now if you're the Padres. You should trade to young talent. What are you playing for? What are you playing for if you're the Padres at this point? All right, I'm here. It's just because I'm talking about the Dodgers. I get all mad here. All right. For Bueller, a 4.81 ERA in 5 starts. So we'll see if Bueller can, be Walker Bueller again here at this point. I think the Dodgers are expecting that here. He has great numbers against Pittsburgh in 3 career starts, a 2.37 ERA and a 2-0 record. Dodgers just 17-13 on the road, and they have gone under in 9 of their last 12. Pittsburgh's been a big time over of late, over in 18 of their last 25 games, and we saw all the runs. We saw all the runs yesterday. So, all right, give me the Bucks here on the run line. There's something wrong with the Dodgers here at this point. And let me see what that price is. I'll take them plus a run and a half. Coco has a lead here. She has broken Iga, and she wants to hear it from the crowd. Coco has broken Iga here in the second set. It's 3-1, and the crowd's on their feet for Coco. Ho ho! Woo! If you guys weren't here, I'd be. Look, I love Iga. And I love my bet. I love my bet on Coco plus some games here. But, Iga, come on. I mean, granted, she's the next Chris Evert, but does she have to win them all at this point? She owns the clay. So if you're checking it out, it's on Tennis Channel right now. We're going to have some excitement. I don't know if I can get off the air in time. The match will be over. So I'm going to cheer right now for Coco to win. And then she's, kind of going with the American angle. Iga's wonderful. I think she's terrific. All right. Anyways, I'm going to take the Pirates here. What was I doing? I was getting the run line together here, make sure it wasn't too crazy. Oh, gosh. It's like pretty much a pickup on the run line. So give me the Pirates minus $1.10 or so here, plus a run and a half as my pick today. I'll take the Bucks. Hopefully you guys are there. Maybe you guys are just waiting for me to go to the next game because I'm not seeing anything in the chat for the last minute or two. How about the Braves taking on the Nationals with Reynaldo Lopez here? Make sure you know because we got another Lopez, I think, on the pitching for the Twins today. We got the other Lopez, but here's Reynaldo Lopez going up against Parker. Parker's an interesting prospect here in this game. I mean, interesting prospect period, but interesting prospect I think feels like here in this game with Atlanta today. Might want to consider Parker here despite his 4.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. I think he's been fine. Washington's 5-4 with Parker out there. So Nationals have lost 5 of their last 6 games. They're just 10-16 at home, but they are 8-4 in series openers this year. But you're facing the Braves here. Lopez, just 1-3 on the road. He's got a 2.45 ERA in his last 4 starts. Braves now have won 3 of 5, but they're just 15-13 on the road. Braves have gone under in 10 of their last 13 games. So I don't know. I think we might have okay pitching here in this one. Parker's never faced the Braves, so, it could be a tough one for the rookie. Nationals have gone over in 7 of their last 9, but I might give them a chance here at home in this one. Braves, they were shut out yesterday by the Red Sox, by Pivetta. Any comments from the chat here? And Braves minus a run and a half here for Jeff. Sounds like Jeff and I are probably not clicking for once on one. I'm going to probably just take the Nationals. Let me look at some of the news here. Let me look at I'm sure of it. I was considering Nationals for a premium, actually, but I'm just going to give them out here on the show. Might be interested in the total, too, but we'll see on that. Just give me Washington here for sure. I'm going to sprinkle the run line even today on this one here. I I'm going to put. I want some Parker props. Actually, I think Mr. Parker is going to have a pretty good outing. So I know it's the Braves. I know they're awesome. Laquan says Braves run line to crush this kid. Dre's on the under with me. Justin's on the Braves. Everyone's on the Braves pretty much. It feels like. Is this a consensus? Is this a remember, Thomas? If it's consensus and I'm the on the other side, as long as there's enough consensus, it's a consensus. Johnny Walker though says, "Give me the reverse run line on Washington." Sometimes I can not that that's Johnny's pick, and he's not just doing it. No reason to kiss up to Ramon, but he might have been thinking I like Washington. Then he hears that I'm on it. And maybe he says, you know what? Maybe I like him even more. So sometimes that can kind of sway the consensus a little bit because someone jumps on with me. Johnny was probably already on him. Oh. Oh, no. Well, I'm going to take them plus the 1.5 here on the show just to be sure. I mean, we are talking about the Atlanta Braves here. I like giving out free sports picks. Maybe, Johnny, maybe by myself in the corner in the dark, take the money line. I might do that a little bit here. I like Washington in this game, but it does feel like you guys are on the Braves. I get it. Braves are the best. Okay, and Thomas is going to make it a consensus. So I'll write it down here. Team's team. I wrote morning's team like I do on my picks. Morning's team, I put MS, which also is my initials of my nickname, and M. Scott, if you know my nickname. And then I put TS for Team Steam when you guys are against me, and then I want you guys to give it to me tomorrow if I go down, but I don't give it back. Let's go with the Twins and the Yankees. Twins and Yankees. That's all you need to say. I mean, again, yesterday, same. It doesn't change. There's definitely a vibe to the situation right now. Whatever the Twins try to do, it's just not working. There's got to be a mental block, right? The Yankees got 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning yesterday, and kicked their butt again. So why wouldn't they do it today? And the bookmakers are like, hey, you know what? Let's just keep the price at like $1.45 or $1.50 for all the squares to come on in and take a shot today. The bookmakers got to be gambling a little bit on this Minnesota Twins team, given how they've been dominated by the Yankees here. We're here every morning wasting precious time if I go over the stat. But I guess I waste enough time talking about other stuff anyways. So the Minnesota Twins have been, well, I don't want to say the Yankees. You guys say it. Yankees have won 23 of the last 27 games here at home against the Minnesota Twins. Been just a complete dominating series. So why wouldn't it be another victory here today? I don't want Minnesota. Maybe the Sharps do. There's been some action here from Minnesota. Maybe this is their day. I don't want to do it. See what you guys have here in this one. Yankees are, don't forget. I mean, it's just not about that, right? It's just not about the overall dominance of the Yankees over the Twins. It also has to do with the fact that the Yankees are, playing some of the best baseball around right now. How about how about the defense yesterday in the game for the Yankees making those catches? And we saw Carlos Rodon and that goofy smile. He should go back to at least having some scruff on his face, but it was a joyful smile from Rodon. You know what? The one man, the play over there in right field, you guys, if you're at a baseball game in the front row, you don't interfere with the fielder trying to catch the ball. In fact, that little kid should have. I remember one time I was at a game and I was down there in the front row and the player came over and I felt like the people on me, and there was a Padres and the Padre coming over, and you know what I did? Because I was just a young kid, but I'm such a knowledgeable baseball fan. And the player was coming over and and I went like this. Instead of reaching for the ball, I put my arms out. And I moved back and I tried with, like 13 years old. And the Padres are like 50 wins and 100 losses. And I'm like, let this man catch the ball. All right, Yankees and over. Here's Luis on the Yanks. Bobby Smith on the Yanks. Here's a Twins first five, at least from Jeff. Somebody got to do it, Jeff. And maybe Jeff's maybe even switch a Yankees full game. No, he did not, Thomas. The fans got in the way. I was only 13. They kind of. All right, you guys. I mean, look, overwhelming here. It feels like with the Yankees here in this one, but I would think with Lopez, we didn't even preview it. I've got the under. Okay, Yankees Lopez here. Lopez actually has been struggling of late. 6.75 ERA in his last 4 starts. Has gone under in 3 of those 4 starts, however, and he has a 2.95 ERA in 3 career starts against the Yankees. The Twins have gone under in 16 of their last 22 games. Stroman, he's been hot. 1.10 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Yankees have won 7 of his last 9 starts. Not a big surprise. They're winning 7 of everybody's last 9 starts. They've won 25 of their last 32 games, and they're 20-8 currently at home. So Stroman also has gone under in 4 of his last 6. Yankees have gone under in a few games here. Yankees have gone over in a few games here of late, 5 of their last 7. But I'll take the under here in this one. Again, give me another under. But might find a way if they're going to keep the Yankees. I mean, I've eaten some chalk here a little bit over the last couple of days, but $1.50 or so. Look, I like Lopez a little bit, but the numbers are bad, and the Yankees. You're going to offer them here a reasonable favorite price. I mean, my mouth is, I'm eating chalk like it's the first day of, 3rd grade. But probably gonna be on the Yankees again. That's just there's just some kind of mental block. I'm sure it'll be great when Minnesota wins, but. Yeah, my favorite player, Justin Wright. The Cubs and the Reds here. The Reds are pretty big favorite here, or reasonable favorite here, 125 or so against the Cubs, and one of my favorites, of course, Javier Assad, but does feel like this one might be a little bit tougher for Mr. Assad, and he is starting to give some back here a little bit with a 5.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. Green has a 3.5 ERA in his last 4 starts. Cincinnati, Green hardly has even a record. Now he has gone 2-0 in his last 4 games, but when Green gets a no decision, the Reds are 0-7. When Green gets a no decision, and he does work hard. He's gone 7-3-1 to the under in his last 11 games. The Reds have gone under in 7 of their last 10. Reds have won 6 straight series openers here this season, right now. Cubs come in, having gone over in 7 of their last 8 games. They're just 13-18 on the road. Assad's gone under in 8 of his last 10. I'm going to go to the chat here and get your picks. I know what I'm doing here. Pretty sure, but I want to see what you guys do. I don't like when I end up on the opposite side of consensus. I got to start looking first now and then pivot. I like that too, because then we get a little bit more plays, a little more action. And hey, if I'm going to fade Team Steam, I'm not going to tell them. Well, I guess I did on some of them, right? Me and Thomas are going to be in agreement on this game. I'm probably going to be here I am on the Cincinnati Reds in this one with Green over my man Assad. Jeff does like the over here in this one. We read some of those, some of those numbers. Certainly it does kind of, with at least with the Cubs right now, having some overs. Here's one on the Reds. Justin's got some belly action. And here's Darren with a Nerfy here and the Reds. And let's see, for Assad, he's 3 of 12, so 25% allowing a run in the first inning. Not great. Green, 2 of 12. That's about average there, I'd say, or at least decent enough. The Cubs have scored a run in the first inning in 13 of 62. That's definitely below average. Meanwhile, the Reds, 16 of 62, just a touch below average right now. Fernando's on the over. Want to say hello and welcome. He's a little behind us, but want to say hello and welcome. Is he a what were the Michelangelo? What were the Teletubby? No, what are those things called? Those heroes, Michelangelo, the big, they're the cartoon, not cartoon, but you guys, I'm so old. All right. Jeff says you got the wind blowing out. Going to be some runs here today. I'll take the home team then if that's going to happen. Bobby says give me Cubs first 5. Cubs having some issues here, certainly, right? The Mutant Ninja Turtle. I couldn't get it was not just a little bit out of my era, okay? I mean, my cartoons, I'm, I liked the Jetsons and the Flintstones. You guys know that. But I'd have to say that, of course, my all-time favorite cartoon, now that we're here wasting your time talking about cartoons that I liked, was, remember when they recruited Bullwinkle to play for What's the Matter You? And he was incredible, right? And he would throw the ball to Rocky, and he turned around, What's the Matter You? And he didn't even have to go to class. Very, 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 and how typical, right? You look at today, Bullwinkle was ahead of his time, all right? All right, let's go with the Rockies and the Cardinals here, with the Quantrill going up against Sonny Gray. And Sonny Gray, man, what are the Cardinals going to the World Series here or something? Minus 240. Yeah, Colorado, they're playing about 335 baseball, it feels like right now. So Cardinals, not quite 500 yet. Gray comes in, though, with a 5 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's not Sonny Gray here of late, or maybe he is. One career start against one start so far against the Rockies. Gave up 1 run in 7 innings in that start. Cardinals are 7-3 with Gray on the mound this year. For the Rockies, they've lost 5 straight right now. Quantrill pitching well, though, 2.5 ERA in his last 6 starts with a 4-1 record. But interestingly, Quantrill pitching a little better at home right now. Granted, he's at home. He should pitch better. But in Colorado, you'd think it might be even, or just maybe record-wise, though, too. Quantrill, pardon me, Colorado's 2-6 with Quantrill on the road, which, is typical of their record, certainly. But Rockies here, 8-23 on the road. Cardinals have lost 4 of 6, but that was maybe they were up against a little bit. They've won 6 of their 9 series openers at home so far this season. So what do you have, if anything, here on this one, you guys? Rockies and the Cardinals. Here is Luis on the Cardinals here today. And here's Ray on the Cardinals. Robbie says, give me the Rockies in the first 5. Here's 1, Cardinals run line. Jeff says, give me the Cardinals on the run line. Lock it in. Justin's on the Cardinals run line. That's a lot of Cardinals run line. I think I'm going to take the Cardinals run line. I'm going to listen to Team Steam here and take the Cardinals. This is a ridiculous price. I could never get behind this, even on a premium right now, I don't think, today. But if you guys are hot on it, I am hot on it with you. And also, I want to say, check out Bo's videos here. Bo joined Tony last night. Ben joined Tony last night. And also, One other capper joined Tony last night. Boy, that's embarrassing. I really should know which one. One other capper joined Tony last night. Ben, who else? You guys? Ben, Bo. Maybe that me. Maybe it was me. Maybe I joined Tony last night. I did, of course, for the WNBA, but I thought one other capper joined Tony. Anyways, go over to the Tony Space YouTube channel. Check out the videos here. Ron, oh my God, Ron, if you're out there, you're going to kill me. Ron, also videos today with Tony, with more picks here on the Tony Space YouTube channel, the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut. So check out the videos. Yeah, Thomas, I think we've got St. Louis. Look, Dre's on it. I think you could go St. Louis run line as a consensus. Yeah, I think you'd have to, especially at that price. And we have enough. No one's on Colorado except for Jeff's first five, or Bobby's first five. And Juan's on run line also. So I feels like a consensus there. Luis, I'm on the Reds in that one. All right. We're almost done with our baseball here. Is that right? Just a couple of games left, and we'll be out of here today. You got another tennis match coming up. Iga, by the way, has won 4 straight games, and she's basically Coco's on serve here, but Iga will be serving for the match unless she breaks her here to win it. But it all fell apart after all that excitement. So rewind it, relive the moment, but Iga will advance here to the finals of the French Open, it looks like, barring a miraculous comeback. All right. Red Sox, White Sox, Houck, and Woodford and Tanner Houck. What can you say about the way Tanner Houck's been going of late? Did anybody see this coming with Tanner Houck? It hasn't been, totally dominating, unless you call a 0.90 ERA in his last 3 starts dominating. It's also gone 2-8 to the under in his last 10 starts. Does have a ERA near 6 in his career against the White Sox, but these are the 2024 White Sox, so he is 0-3 in his career against the White Sox. Probably can pick up the win here. For the White Sox, Woodford back pitching in the major leagues here. Gave up 3 runs in 4 1/3 innings in his first start of the season. The White Sox, of course, have famously lost 13 in a row after yesterday's game where Tauchman hit that home run. They led the last 2 games against the Cubs. Led just 5-0, 5-1 in the last 2 days. Lost both games 7-6 because they're the White Sox. And they're 10-21 at home. And I'm sure Boston will just, crush them again today. I'm still looking White Sox first. I'm not going to come on here day in and day out trying to tell you at this point, let's do it. Let's roll, with, going against them here. But I think I've got to do it one more time. I'm going to do it one more time today and go the Red Sox run line. Call me square, call me something else. I saw a great handicapper yesterday say, call me this. And I said, oh my God, no, don't call you that. But shout out Bobano if you're out there. And I'll take the Red Sox on the run line. It just feels like it'll be a consensus, and I want us to do some consensus plays. I don't know. Woodford, I'm going to give this guy a shot to have a decent outing here, certainly. I mean, you think of Woodford in the past, and, Jeff's here in the comments, so maybe we could, he's had some moments a little bit in the major leagues, right? So, funny, the White Sox, right? You look at these stars. Look, I mean, I'm not putting them up there on, the, Atlanta Braves of the 90s, but these starters are pretty interesting anyway. Here it is. Bobby Smith says White Sox first 5. He's a Woodford guy. Jeff on Boston here. Juan on Boston. They're all Boston. I mean, and I don't know, if we're making it a consensus, but here's Fernando on the over. I was actually thinking the other way from, of course I was, Fernando. I don't need to tell Fernando, but and I don't know, might not make a premium still, but it's under consideration actually. All right, give me Red Sox run line. I wasn't even sure I was gonna. I was actually thinking that might be the premium. I'm still in the mode of attack, White Sox, and for all the guys in the chat out there, it doesn't happen in our chat. Really, I mean, sometimes hitting the obvious is fine. Okay, one more, and it's my Padres. And man, you know what? Yesterday, everybody was on the Padres, and in my algorithm machine over here, my ratings were telling me Padres. This is a good one for the Padres. Premiums were all over the Padres for people out there, and I was like, I just cannot do this. I cannot take the Nationals are getting steamed here right now. You guys, we talked about them earlier. I just want to interrupt here, but they were plus $1.45 against the mighty Braves. They're down to $1.35, $1.36, $1.39, $1.40. The move is on the Washington Nationals. Hey, if you like the Braves, just wait a little while. You're going to get the best price you've gotten on the Braves probably in quite a while here. $1.50, $5.50, $1.60, whatever. This is a pretty good price for the Braves. Figuring they're playing a team like the Nationals. But if you like the Nationals, you can be assured that the line is moving in their favor, not because the bookmakers are out here handing out free money. There's some significant, somebody's out here is liking the Nationals with us. So just keep that in mind when you see these moves against a favorite. So, all right, here, just kind of keep an eye on that tennis match. Hey, we got a lineup here with Baltimore and Toronto worth just reading off here, I think, real quick if we can get it before we get to the Padres here. For the Orioles today, it'll be Westberg, Rushman, Mountcastle, Henderson, Santander, Hayes, Norby, McCann, and Cowser here. So, you see what the lineup today for Baltimore. It is a day game here today on a getaway day. So for Toronto, Schneider, Jansen, Guerrero, Bichette, Springer, Turner, Varsho, IKF, and Clement. And, yesterday in that Toronto, they did a good job. I mean, all right, here we go. Diamondbacks and Padres with my man Slade Ciccone bringing his world tour to San Diego tonight against Vasquez here. In this one, Vasquez did a pretty good job when called upon last time. Check out Bo. He's got video in this one too, and a couple others, as I mentioned. So check it out here today. The widely reported steam did come in on the over here, and I might take an over in the Padre game for once. I actually was thinking maybe a premium. I am seeing some 8 overs too. There's a lot of 8.5s out there. You can grade me at 8.5, but I will take an over tonight. I think that might be my only over on the show, you guys, today. But I'm going to take the over tonight with the Diamondbacks and the Padres. For Ciccone coming in right now, he has a 6.2 ERA in his last 4 starts. Arizona's gone over in 5 straight games. For Vasquez, he has a 6.75 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Padres have lost 4 straight, and hopefully they can find a way to win. I don't know. We'll see if I can get some premium action here with the Padre game tonight, but I'll take the over. Get your comments on my Padres and see what you got. Drew's got his best play. Thank you, Drew. Drew, nice to have you. Great to have you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for bringing your plays to us here today. Appreciate you. Don't know if I've seen your name in the chat, so I just want to shout you out. And thank you for being a part of Team Steam tonight. today. Well, last year, Diamondbacks first five. You guys are all over the first five here. And this one with the Diamondbacks. And which Arizona money line here. And I'm also, let me know what you think. I'm thinking of, look, I don't know if I don't offer the premium package. Some of our, at Tony'sPicks.com, we do offer first five as a product. Many cappers sell a first five product. It's a great way to stay in, to get a pick. We know the benefits of first five. I don't offer it as a product, but I am considering adding it here to our morning steam because we have so many great videos, and there are some first fives. We see some great first fives from some of our folks here on the channel. We certainly see them from Ron doing a lot of the first fives, and Ben as well, and Mindy's doing a 3-pack over there on the OG channel. So I'm thinking maybe I should add first five to some plays. If I, instead of pivoting or. So let me know, just from me. You guys are putting first fives in there, so I definitely look at those stats. I bet first fives. I just don't sell that product, but I may add that as part. Maybe instead of so many unders, I can give out a first five on a side just for a little variety. If I like the under, I've got to stay with it. But let me know what you think, and let me know what you want from me. I'm here not to tell you guys what to do, but to just guide us through our sports betting morning, our day, and what we're planning on and stuff like that. That's how I want to be viewed by you guys, and I want to win too. Juan said the Padres killed a ball. Padres just swept to the. So in conclusion, that's right, Justin. I like the over here, so let's run to the window. So with the Padres in that series against the Angels in last night's game in particular, I saw a lot of, I go to those forums where they put all the premiums in there sometimes of a lot of great cappers. I like to see who's on what. And man, the Padres were just a huge play from handicappers yesterday. And, I was considering, taking them yesterday as a premium as well, but I just couldn't do it in the end, having seen those first two games against the Angels, the fact that the Padres, not only in my entire life, but they are in that mode this year of playing down to the level of their competition. Hi, Ron. Nice to have you. Thanks for stopping by. We've all. All right, Drew's got him on the danger list, on the no bet list. And Drew, and I know you've been around. I don't know, maybe you've commented before. You said Padres, so looks, but somebody had I did see a capper on if I'd probably say their name if I could remember what it was. I actually found two paid cappers yesterday on the Angels in that forum. Two big name. I only follow the big names, people, great handicappers that like Ramon Scott. All right, that's it for baseball. Let's quickly get over the WNBA today and take a look quickly at these games. I should have a thing where I could call Chad and bring him back. Or maybe Chad, he's busy, but he can just know we stopped by and do it at this time. And let me just go over the games here because I'm not sure after, losing that one total last night, if I'm going to come in with totals. But totals are my more solid plays here. I do believe in this. I just want to wait and see the move here. Hope it doesn't go against me or whatnot. But let me take a look at the Sky and the Mystics. I previewed these games already with Tony on the videos, so if you want to check them out here, what I gave on the Sky yesterday, maybe I could preview it more from a game perspective, was more of an editorial. We already talked about the Sky at the beginning of the show, and I think this is a team that is not focused on basketball. I think I wasted $100 taking that 45-1 pick with the Sky. They do look like they have talent. It doesn't look like their heads are in the game, and that's bizarre because you've got a coach like Teaspoon who, to me, it looked like a no-brainer. It looked like she would be, a very successful coach in the league, and that she could be the one to kind of, get the Sky going, this young team here, right? Uh, and get this team moving in the right direction that they need. But if you got, people overreacting to certain things like they've never seen before, to me, that feels like a problem. So, we'll see here at this point if Weatherspoon, of course, it's been a while. She was a coach for several years at a great program, Louisiana Tech. She really didn't do, that great. She started her career well and then didn't, faded a little bit. At Louisiana Tech, it's not like the old days, you guys. When I was young, Louisiana Tech was like the team. So, Jeff, in that last game with the Padres and the Diamondbacks, we're on the over. Head to the window right now. All right. A dream here for Justin. On that other, we'll get to the game in just a moment. Sky here. I'm taking the Mystics. I'm taking them on the money line here in this one for sure. I think the Sky, they're obviously not focused. This just happened. A little tiny. If you saw it on the internet, you wouldn't believe it. It's almost like a Scotty Scheffler type of video, right? Where you're like, I can't believe what I just saw, and it's such an overreaction. Now, granted, I want to give them every benefit of the doubt because of what they said about the racial things about it and all the overtones that are going on with what's going on. But there's no video of that. In fact, the gentleman was, almost on purpose, overly polite. So why wouldn't the rest of the video be, his video be shown if he was really out there to agitate someone and then turn on the camera and be all polite? No, something's not adding up. Overreaction City, the Sky are not focused, and I'm going to fade these guys a little bit here. Like I said, I've been on them, and hey, I've had a couple losses here as Iga has closed out Coco here by 6 games. I didn't get there with Iga plus 4.5, so congrats with a Coco plus 4.5, no problem. Love you, Coco, but Iga here, the way this is going, she'll be the greatest clay court player in history, the way it's going. But another win for Iga. All right, looks like you guys got your plays in. I'm on, pardon me. I'm on the Mystics here to win the game. I'm on them on the money line. I'm on them plus the points. I'd kind of send in my plays to Tony. They're kind of, I kind of want to take him as a premium in a way. I'm really so down on this situation with the Sky, and it doesn't have to be right. Justin said it in the chat. I'm not going to put anything like that on screen. It's not even a controversial comment he's made, but we're not saying, we got some wonderful women here in our chat too. So maybe we could be a little bit funny about it and say, hey, dramas but the guys do some crazy stuff too. We know that, especially in this day and age of these podcasts and everything, right? Don't overdo it. Don't be, what does Dave Chappelle call that actor that did the thing with the noose? What was it? He was going out to the fish taco place. He got jumped. So look, no problem. I don't want to look. If anybody's been losing a little bit with the Sky, back in this team, saying, look out, the Sky, they're being, and maybe I was wrong, but maybe it wasn't the talent. Maybe there's, you're young, you think you're on top of the world, and you're not. So, no, Justin, I'm almost saying you're right. I kind of want to play that angle a little bit. Right. Look, we're all social beings a little bit, and guys have always played a little bit about how the women are gossiping or whatever, right? Well, the guys are kind of guilty of it too now, especially with these podcasts and everything like that.
Final.
All right, give me the Mystics. They're going to win this game. Come on. I went back up to 4.5. Maybe everybody's kind of rallying behind the Sky with this. It's not even too big of a story yet. And once that video gets played, the Sky players, they're probably going to go on the defensive even more. I imagine that they will double down because that's been their pattern so far. I don't think Angel Reese, don't be that player. Don't be Bill Lambier in 20 years. No, now granted, he did go on to be a very successful WNBA coach, pretty highly, regarded. Did a good job and everything like that. But don't play yourself into the thug role. The only way to really cement your legacy in sports is to be the best person that you can, to be almost overly polite in a way. Look at the greats of sport over history. Yeah, there have been some jerks. We know that, but we know that they were jerks, right? You don't want to be sitting there in your rocker and someone passes away and they say, "Well, great player, but what a jerk." And there are plenty of those out there, right? And the ones that we hold in extremely high regard are those people that carry themselves in a professional manner on and off the court. But I'm not here to I'm here to talk about the Liberty and the Dream. And I've got the Liberty in this one to roll here. I didn't even give a handicap on the last game, but it is, to me, sports is a lot of mental. And I'm going to play the mental angle tonight. That incident just happened less than 12, maybe it was 12 hours ago. Who knows? Maybe it was 16 hours ago, but by the time we heard about it. All right, I'm going to take the Liberty here against the Dream. I'm going to lay the points. I believe it might be a little bit higher than this right now. It might be 7.5. It's been going up a little bit. That last game has gone from 4. Oh, it's mostly 4s right now. This one from 6.5 to 7 for the most part. The Dream have been pretty good defensively so far, but Liberty here have owned this series pretty much. They won 3 of 4 last year and won the games here in Atlanta by 26 points as a 6-point favorite and by 30 points as a 7-point favorite. As these two franchises go, they have not had as much turnover, I think, if you will, from last season as some of the teams. So look, Atlanta might be okay. They're 4-3 and 3-4 against the spread. They're 1-3 against the spread at home. However, the Liberty, for their 3-7 spread record, 2 of those wins have come on the road in just 4 games, and we are seeing some of these favorites now. Maybe there were some dogs out there that got it done, but some of these favorites are starting to put a hurting on some of the weaker teams. I don't know if I'm willing to put Atlanta in that category just yet, but I think given that the overall series dominance, I don't think they win by 26 or 30 again, but they did here at home last year, and Atlanta wasn't terribly awful last year. They got better, it looked like, as the season kind of went along. They should be, average to above average team in the East, probably where they are right now. So I'll take the Liberty here. I'm trying to look at some premiums tonight in totals again. So, all right, Team Steam, here it is from Thomas. It's Baltimore on Team Steam. It's Atlanta run line here for Team Steam, all right? It's the Cardinals and the Red Sox run line. So we're pretty, I'm not calling us square. But I will say this about that Cardinals play just moments ago. The Rockies are starting to take some steam and are now starting to dip below plus 200 for sure right now. I'm showing, everywhere, pretty much everywhere, under plus 200 right now. Move is on Colorado here today against the Cardinals. Steam has come in here right now. And don't forget, these WNBA games are part of the Commissioner's Cup. Right now, I'll cover it a little more in depth. Right now, it's probably just worth a mention that these are Commissioner's Cup games. That most teams have played just one or two so far. You only play 5, so some of these teams will be playing their second game here. I think actually, yeah. Minnesota's, let me see, who are the team? Let me look at it tonight. Chicago right now is 0-2. Washington is 0-1. The Liberty is 2-0. Liberty's 2-0, and Atlanta is 0-1. Liberty and Connecticut 2-0 right now, the only undefeated teams in the East in the Commissioner's Cup. In the West, Minnesota's 2-0, Seattle's 1-0, the Aces are 1-0. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for. Oh, okay. Hold on. One more thing for you. Like I said, not going to be covering the CFL on Tony'sPicks.com. It looks like this season just yet. Or maybe change that in the future, but we'll do it here on the show. So you get my best plays here on the show all season long. I'm going to start this one with the over in this one with Montreal and Winnipeg. Come on, season opener, rematch of the Grey Cup. I don't think we're going to see a lot of defense here. Blue Bombers, they not only got most of their great team back, but they're reloaded. They've actually added here. That's probably why they're a 7.5 point favorite against the defending champs, my Montreal Alouettes. I want to kind of take the Alouettes here, and I'm not doing any other videos, so I might as well do it. It looks like the Bombers are actually the choice of handicappers that I've seen out there, the CFL cappers, kind of running about 4 or 5, maybe 4 or 5 I've seen on the Bombers, and I've seen a couple on the Alouettes. So I'm going to take the Alouettes. I mean, they're the defending champs. They're the ones that surprised everybody last year. I know the Bombers. I mean, they got great passing game, great offensive line this season, but and fair enough that Montreal it's going to be hard for them to repeat right now, but they are in the East, so that might make it a little easier. And going up against the Blue Bombers tonight, I know the Blue Bomber fans will be really fired up, but the Alouettes are still a very good team. I'm going to have to take them here plus the points tonight and the over. That's my play in the CFL. Alouettes plus the points and the over. And I think if I had to rank those, I'd give out the over first and then the Alouettes. The Alouettes are my favorite team because, CFL novelty niche, league, or as Tony likes to say, peripheral league. And again, not covered here, but again, back in the day when ESPN was kind of fishing for program, they didn't have any NBA, NHL. Well, they had a little bit of NHL, but they had the CFL. So I was watching CFL in the, early 80s and watching the Montreal Alouettes. They ended up being my favorite team. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you joining me here on the Morning Steam, and join me again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. I think we covered all the sports that I was looking to cover here today. I mean, I can't think of anything else, so hit me up now if you got any suggestions. Also want to give a special thank you. He might have left us here, but hope I hear from him today or this weekend. Let me see here. With Twisted, I want to shout out him. Oh, I can't find his thing, but Twisted, thank you so much if you're out there. I can't wait to see. Try to make me, try to make me look handsome if you can, or just use some graphics here. Try to keep it commercially, but use Tony's picks and all that. You know what to do. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam, and I'll be back tomorrow with our Friday coverage. We'll be watching tennis here. Oh, man, I'm going to say, I'm not going to give it out. The next match, I don't know if it's of anybody's interest with Paulina and Andreeva. All right, catch you tomorrow. There he is. All right. I'll find you on X, or find me on X. I'm so excited. Thank you. All right. Catch you tomorrow. More morning steam.
Tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the